guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over how to save money at Disney in 2022. So saving money at Disney used to be really easy, but with Disney increasing their pricing and adding this new Genie Plus system, it's definitely getting more and more challenging for families to save money on their Walt Disney World trips. So here are some hacks that are really going to help you save money on your next Disney vacation. Now I'm going to include some pretty basic ways to save money that you might have already heard of in the past, but I also wanted to talk about Disney's new Genie Plus system and paid Lightning Lane. So stick around for that because that is something that has been implemented recently and it's definitely going to affect the budget for your family vacation. All right, so let's start with the most basic way to save money, and that's by traveling to Disney during their off season. Now, I know that some families are not going to be able to visit during the off season because those are usually times when the kids are back in school or that you can't take time off from work. However, if you are able to do that, you're going to save a lot of money on your accommodations, but you're also going to avoid the heavy crowds that you get during their busier seasons. Now, the cheapest times of year to visit Disney are usually from the beginning of the year all the way to President's Day weekend. Once that weekend passes, then the cheapest times to visit are usually late August and early September, and then you're going to have a few dates scattered in October, November, and December. All right, so tip number 2 is to decide if staying on property is really worth it. Staying on Disney property used to be a really great value, especially when they had the Magic Express included in the price, and they also offered free parking. But now Disney has removed all those benefits in 2022, so it might not even be worth staying on property anymore. Also, if you're driving down, it might be a lot more beneficial to stay off property because if you're gonna be paying for parking fees at your resort, you might as well stay off property and get larger accommodations for a lot less money. And this is especially good if you're a larger family or if you're traveling as a big group. Another benefit to staying off property is that you can usually get accommodations that include a kitchen and laundry facilities. A kitchen will help you save money on those food expenses, so that's another great thing about staying off property. Now, Disney does offer some pretty good benefits when staying on property. First of all, you're going to have free transportation to all the parks. You're also a lot closer to those parks, so those transit times are going to be a lot lower. You'll also be allowed in the parks 1 hour before the general public gets in. And if you're staying at a deluxe resort, I think you get evening hours also, so that's something to consider. Now, Disney has 3 different price ranges of hotels. They have value resorts, moderate resorts, and deluxe resorts. Now, if it's your first time visiting Disney, or if you're not planning on spending a lot of time in the resort itself, then maybe look at staying at one of the value resorts since you're going to be spending most of your days inside those parks and you're only going to be going back to the resort to sleep at night. Now, if you plan on staying at a deluxe resort, that can easily eat up half the budget of your Disney vacation. Now, there are some alternatives to paying full price for those deluxe accommodations. The first one is to consider downgrading to a moderate resort. There are some moderate resorts that offer some really upscale amenities for a much lower price. Another option for saving money if you want to pay yourself a deluxe accommodation is staying at the Swan and Dolphin. This is basically an off-site hotel, but you're walking distance from Epcot and the boardwalk, and you can also take advantage of the Disney transportation at these hotels. Another way to stay at a deluxe resort for less is actually to rent a DVC. So DVC is Disney's timeshare program. So when DVC members can't use up their points that year, they usually rent them out, and you can really save a lot of money by renting these points from these people. Now, if you are planning on staying on Disney property, make sure that you go check out if Disney is offering any discounts for the times that you're visiting. Just go visit Disney's website, scroll all the way down. You're gonna find special offers, and you're gonna see all of Disney's current promotions. Another way to do this is just to call Disney directly, and that way you can ask them them what discounts they have going on, and they can book your vacation with those discounts included. If there are no discounts available, what you can do is you can book something in the meantime to make sure that you're not going to lose it. And then if you see a discount pop up later on, you can call Disney and ask them to apply that discount to your vacation package. Now, if you don't want to be bothered by doing all this yourself, you can definitely book your vacation through a travel agent, and that way they'll look for several discounts for you and apply them to your vacation package without you having to break your head. Another way to save money is to shop around for discounted tickets. There are a lot of places where you can buy discounted Disney tickets, but the one that I've used in the past is Undercover Tourist. Another place you can look is AAA or CAA, or at your local Costco. Another way to save money at Disney is to use credit cards when booking your trip. By using credit cards, you can usually accumulate reward points that'll help you save on airfare or hotel rooms. So rather than using your Disney Chase card, I recommend looking into other credit cards like the Chase Freedom Reward Card or Amex, which offers some really great travel rewards. Tip number 10 is to look into gift card hacks. You can actually save quite a lot of money by purchasing Disney gift cards beforehand. Here in Canada, we don't have these benefits, but I know in the United States, a lot of people go buy Disney gift cards at Target, and they use their Target Red Card to save up to 5% on their Disney gift cards. The next way you can save on a Disney vacation is to plan for a rest day or a pool day. There's so many free things you can do around the Disney World resorts, and if you eliminate one of those park days, you're going to save a lot more money and you're going to enjoy your trip a lot more. Usually I'll plan 1 or 2 days where my family is just going to enjoy the resort amenities or go visit Disney Springs. You can also do a resort tour. Disney has some really beautiful resorts to visit, and it's really a fun experience, especially during the holidays when all the lobbies are decorated differently. So there's lots of different things that you can consider for your rest days, and this will just help you save money. Another way to save money at Disney is to skip on those souvenirs. Disney's merchandise is really expensive and it can add up quickly at the end of your trip. If you are intending to get some souvenirs for yourself or for your kids, you can look at ordering this online before you even leave for your trip. I often buy certain things like glow sticks or certain little toys or plush for my kids before even leaving for the trip, and then just bringing them with me in my suitcase and offering them to the kids once we're there. Another great way to save on merchandise is to shop at your local Target or Walmart or at a Disney discount store where you can find a lot of Disney merchandise for half the price of what you're going to be paying for it inside those parks. My next tip is to make sure that you pack appropriate clothing for the season that you're visiting Disney. I see this happening all the time where people have to fork out money because they didn't pack warm enough clothes during the winter months, or in the summer months they didn't pack rain ponchos or a raincoat, and they end up buying all this stuff inside the parks. Like I said, Disney charges premium prices for these things, so you're going to be paying double for that rain poncho that you could have bought at the dollar store. Another thing you want to make sure that you have with you when visiting Disney is a first aid kit and all medication that you might need during your trip. Disney does sell medication in most of their gift stores, but honestly, it's going to be so much cheaper if you just pack it with you. So I always pack enough medication for the entire family in the event that one of us does get sick. The next tip I have is to skip the dining plan. So the dining plans are usually never discounted unless you get them included in a vacation package. Over the years, I've found that paying out of pocket actually saves me a lot more money in the long run. I can usually share a meal this way, or I can order off the kids menu when I'm ordering at a quick service restaurant. Another way to save money is also to order some appetizers instead of a full meal, or to just eat snacks throughout the day instead of eating at a sit-down restaurant. Another thing you might want to consider is to bring your own food inside the parks. I especially do this for snacks. So usually I'll pack a whole bunch of like granola bars or some fresh fruit that my kids can eat in between meals. So that way I'm saving on those expensive snacks that Disney offers throughout their parks. Now, another thing I always do to save money is I order groceries to be delivered at my Disney hotel. Basically, for a small delivery fee, you can get a grocery store to deliver a full grocery to your hotel room. And Disney hotels have small fridges in all their hotel rooms, so you're able to store refrigerated items. And you can even get your groceries delivered while you're at the park because Disney will hold your groceries for you and put them in a refrigerated section until you get back to your resort. In the past, I've always used garden grocers, but I know a lot of people who get their groceries delivered by Amazon. And getting grocery deliveries is especially great when you're traveling with a baby or a toddler. This is another way you can save money. Since airlines charge for oversized baggage, you can actually get diapers, wipes, and baby food delivered to your resort instead of carrying them in your suitcase. Now, if you're planning on renting any kind of accessory from Disney, like scooters or strollers or a golf cart, you might want to look into renting them from an outside vendor. It's going to be a lot cheaper than renting them from Disney, and the outside vendors offer some really great services like free delivery and schedule a drop-off and pickup time to accommodate you. So depending on what your needs are, definitely look into that before leaving for your trip. You can usually reserve these accessories ahead of time and you can get extra savings by doing that. All right, so now let's talk about Disney's new Genie Plus paid Fast Pass system. Basically, Disney replaced their free Fast Pass system with the new Lightning lanes. Now, to access those new Lightning lanes, you will have to purchase the new Genie Plus, which costs $15 per day per person. This can really add up quickly, especially if you're a larger family, like a family of 4. Now, you're not obligated to get Genie Plus. You could just wait in the standby line. But if you're visiting during a really crowded time of year, that Genie Plus might be a really good solution to getting through those lines a lot quicker. Now, buying Genie Plus doesn't even get you on to the most popular rides inside those parks. Disney is actually charging an additional cost for access to those Lightning lanes. So for example, in Magic Kingdom, if you want access to the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Space Mountain, you're gonna have to pay between $7 to $15 for access to those rides. Honestly, I think if you have a really good touring plan, you won't even need to purchase Genie Plus. Much of the advantage to using the Genie Plus is only applicable during the middle of the day. So if you're the type of traveler who gets to the park early and uses a good touring plan, then you won't need the individual Lightning Lane access. Now, if you are visiting during a really busy season, you might want to fork out the cash for the Genie Plus, but I would only do so for certain parks. I would only use Genie Plus for Magic Kingdom and maybe Hollywood Studios. I don't think there's enough rides included for Epcot or for Animal Kingdom. Another way to save money is to just use a good touring plan, like I just said, and just invest in the individual Lightning lanes for those more popular attractions. So for example, if you're visiting Hollywood Studios, Rise of the Resistance is one of the hardest rides to get on. So I would actually pay for the Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance and just forego the Genie Plus service for the rest of the rides. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all my tips on how to save money at Disney. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other suggestions on how to save money when visiting the Disney parks. And if you like this video, I'd really appreciate if you give me a thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a magical trip. Bye. Ba-dum-bum